Mountain Ridge goes up here in the first quarter.
8:40 left to go in the first quarter. As the kick is up, the kick is good. And that will put up the Mountain Ridge Sentinels up 7-0. Thanks to a touchdown from Cohen Cunningham. I want to remind you that the Mountain Ridge Sentinels here on the Rewind Sports Network brought to you by TJ Olson Insurance. They're more than an insurance agency. They're a true part of our community. Thanks to TJ Olson Insurance for supporting our team and helping make this season a success. TJ Olson Insurance, proud sponsor of the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. Good start for Cunningham.
And what started out as a rocky first series for this Mountain Ridge offense turned into pay dirt really quickly after a uncharacteristic miscue for a Box Elder team that is usually very efficient, very disciplined, and we'll have to see how they respond. But those are 2-3 quick plays to get Mountain Ridge in the end zone.
And of course, it's important when you start with the field position that you have. It's very important to punch those in, Brian.
Yeah, scoring opportunities don't always come, and when you're able to take advantage of field position like that, especially in your home stadium, and there's a little bit of an overcast over the stadium. I think there's a lot of excitement for the game tomorrow. You want to get this crowd into it. You want to get people excited. It's a great way to take advantage, again, of that field position. And now for the Box Elder Bees, they're hoping to try and expand on what was a hit-and-miss first series, backed up tightly up against their own end line.
Second drive for the Bees as Reyes this time rolls out to his right. The pressure's coming, and he just gets rid of this one.
Just hot pursuit there from this Mountain Ridge defense, and it's a group that I think has really taken on a personality all of its own. It's a tough group, some size up front, but they're quick, they're aggressive, and they fight you to the very end. And you can see that Reyes almost immediately having to escape the pressure.
Good awareness from Reyes there to just get rid of that one. And it'll bring up second down for Box Elder. Reyes again takes the snap. Reyes will keep, and Reyes is going nowhere. Brought down by the Sentinels as number 34, Butterfield, was there.
Bridger Butterfield, it's not a name that we call very often, but he does a great job out there leading that defense. And you see on that play, the 6'2", 195-pound senior makes a devastating tackle in the backfield. And now Box Elder, third and long after the loss. Definitely, once again, in a position that they do not want to be in. This is a team that wants to be ahead on the sticks.
Nice look for the Box Elder Bees, the purple helmets, the orange socks. Reyes drops back, pressure coming again up the middle, and hits the turf, falls incomplete. Malik Crozier was the intended receiver, and it brings up fourth down.
Yeah, great pressure there by Isaiah Ortiz. Just an inside stunt. He comes open clear, punishes Reyes for the throw, and it goes incomplete. And a now second 3-and-out series for that Box Elder offense. You hope at the very least you're able to get the punt off a little bit more cleanly. Should have plenty of space to operate this time around. But for the Bees, things are a little subdued in the Hive.
Jeppesen comes out to boot this one away. Jeppesen this time gets it off. It will roll dead there at the 40, we'll call it 42-yard line. And that's where Jackson Hunt and this offense will take over.
Easy to see why they struggled the first time around, right, Alex? You were able to do the rugby-style kick and get a lot more space out there, able to get the kickoff cleanly. Doesn't quite get the bounce that Box Elder was hoping for, but regardless, this defense will have a much better opportunity to get another stand here. Hopefully the offense has enough time to get other things together for a better offensive series. In the meantime, Mountain Ridge wants to capitalize on the momentum they created the previous drive.
Empty backfield here for Jackson Hunt. Hunt going deep. It's caught. And Renteria will take it all the way Touchdown, Sentinels!
Speed kills, and on that one, Renteria put everybody in the dust as Jackson Hunt lays a beautiful ball out there almost as he's falling down. And just like that, Mountain Ridge goes up 13-0 pending the PAT. Just an absolutely beautiful touchdown throw from Jackson Hunt to McKay Renteria.
Quick strike. And now here's Robinson, who puts the kick up. It's good, and just like that, Mountain Ridge lead it 14-0 here at home. We'll take a quick step aside on the Rewind Sports Network. Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Alex Napolis, that's Brian Brown. In Mountain Ridge football, thanks TJ Olson Insurance, a proud supporter of our program. For coverage you can trust and a team that cares about the community, call TJ Olson Insurance. That one goes through the end zone, back for a touchback. We'll have Reyes and this offense out for their third drive of the night. Brian, what do they got to do to start gaining some momentum here as they trail 14-0?
It's a pretty simple one, Alex. They need to get more helmet-on-helmet action up front in the trenches. This offensive line is undersized, but I don't think they're undermanned. They're just going up against a very tough, aggressive defensive front in Mountain Ridge. And so you've got to start getting more helmet-on-helmet action here to try and generate some creases in the run game. And avoid penalties.
Reyes was ready to take it. We'll have flags.
This is going to be a false start against Box Elder. Just, again, start making mistakes and things aren't going your way. You start to get a little itchy because you want to go out and perform. And so an early miscue backs them up, already puts them behind schedule, behind the sticks. And for this offense, I can't emphasize enough, they are so run-based.
Reyes will drop back. Screen pass caught over the middle to Cool. Cool trying to get out to the sideline. And finally that ball, as he's pushed out of bounds, gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's only Jackson Cool's second reception on the season, according to the Deseret News stats column. But you can see what Box Elder's trying to do to counter that rush. It's screen passes. It's ways to use that aggression against them. They're able to pick up a few yards, not back to the original line of scrimmage, mind you, but a completion is a completion at this point.
Caden Reyes, the junior, will take the snap. Handoff to Cool. Cool, run up the middle. Jackson Cool with a good gain. Almost gets to the sticks, but he'll be stopped short and bring up third down.
Yeah, and that's where you really see Jackson Cool have an effect on this offense. He is a prolific runner. He doesn't carry the ball often, but you can see when he does carry it, it's usually for a big chunk of yards.
Good run for Cool on second down. Now here comes third. Bees need 2. Reyes trying to get him on the hard count. 11 seconds on the play clock. 6 minutes left to go in the first. Down 14-0. Box Elder need this first down. And a timeout will be taken by the Bees coaching staff.
Yeah, at this point in the game, you might be sitting at home wondering, why do you call a timeout that early? And frankly, if you're Box Elder, this is a critical third down conversion. I know that's everybody on the internet's favorite tweet to send, is that it's a critical third down, because they are, for the most part, pretty critical throughout the course of the game. This one, I think, especially so. You're down 14-0. You need to get a drive going.
Head coach Carson Munn over there for the Box Elder Bees calling that timeout. His second year as head coach. 9-7 overall record. Formerly at West Jordan and Logan High School. For the Box Elder Bees, 2-0 to start Region 5 play this season. Trying to keep that undefeated momentum going. Down 14-0 here after the timeout. Trying to get this first down.
Yeah, Mund actually a graduate of Box Elder High School. The Mund family, a bit of a legacy, kind of like Sumco, excuse me.
Reyes, handoff up the middle to Cool, and Cool's going nowhere. Met and brought down by Jackson Brown.
Yeah, just a great job by Brown, and Jackson Brown is Mr. Do Everything as well. for this Mountain Ridge team. He does it in the middle from the nose tackle position. 6 foot, 240 pounds, but he is tough as nails, and I believe we've actually seen him a couple times on offense as well. Number 99 on that one. He was perfect position to make the stop, and now after the loss, Box Elder's going to have to kick. You hope that they can try and get some kind of leeway here, or leverage, in the field possession game.
Ball to be punted away by Jeppesen. Jeppesen gets this one up and away. Bounces near the 35, will roll back to the 34, and that's where Jackson Hunt and this offense will start things off. Brian, last time we were here, this Mountain Ridge Sentinels side played the Lehigh Pioneers, and Jackson Brown, the one who got the lone touchdown for the Sentinels that night.
Yeah. That's why it's always good to have you on the broadcast. You carry me for the most part, but the recall, always beneficial. Jackson Brown's just one of those players that he stands out the way he plays the game, and especially when you get to see a big man score and get a thick six in person, it's always something you want to remember.
Hunt drops back. Hunt going over the top. Caught and brought down. Good stop by the Bees, but that's enough for the first down as Titan DeYoung with the first down catch.
Yeah, and a little high there, but for good reason. That's a really long throw. You're throwing almost from the opposite side of the field on an out route, and it's one of those plays where it's so beneficial to have a player the size of Titan DeYoung, 6'3", 215, and he is just perfect prospect, the wide receiver position.
Hunt steps up in the pocket, gets rid of it, and it bobbled, falls incomplete, intended for Twiley as it hits the turf.
Yeah, Lincoln Twilly there, just not able to reel that one in, and you see the frustration as he claps his hands and walks away. That was perfectly thrown ball, had plenty of opportunity, and sometimes when you're trying to make an impact on the game, that tease of getting a touchdown or a big play takes your mind off the catch for just a second.
Second down coming up here for the Sentinels as Hunt will take the snap, drops back, gets it out towards the right sideline, caught by DeYoung, and DeYoung immediately met, but another first down catch for Titan DeYoung.
Yeah, you can see that's a 15-yard reception right there. If Titan DeYoung can keep that one going, well, looks like the spot, we'll see what's happening here. Oh, that's what's happening. We've got a penalty back here, so looks like this one's going to stand. So we'll get the call from official Paul. Oh. All right. So I take that back. This one is coming back, and for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels, it's a personal foul. We don't get any microphone or any input from the officials, so from here it's a little tough for me to lip read. I'm sure somebody out there could probably tell me what number it was on.
Well, let's wipe the unfortunately we'll wipe the DeYoung catch off and come back with the flag. Still brings up first down here for the Sentinels. 1st and 10, ball on the 44-yard line with 4 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Jackson Hunt, 6 touchdown performance last week. Trying to replicate a little bit of the same. Hunt with Ofisa in the backfield. Back to Hunt, the trick play over the top, and it is caught by Cohen Cunningham. Cunningham will take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Sentinels.
Jackson Hunt fires the bomb to Cohen Cunningham for a Sentinel touchdown.
The trickeration had everybody beat. For Box Elders, there were actually 2 wide receivers streaking down the sideline. Cohen Cunningham, first option on that one, reels it in perfectly and scampers into the end zone for another Mountain Ridge Sentinel touchdown.
Helmet stickers brought to you by Tab Bank, and we got an early one here, Brian, from me. That is a helmet sticker on the trick play for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. Cohen Cunningham into the end zone for the touchdown, and the PAT is good. Again, helmet stickers brought to you by Tab Bank. 21-0, Sentinels lead it. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network. 21-0, Sentinels lead it. Remember that all first downs for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels brought to you by TJ Olson Insurance, a proud supporter of our program. For coverage you can trust and a team that cares about the community, call TJ Olson Insurance. Also brought to you by Method Air. Utah weather is extreme, but Method Heating and Air has kept homes and businesses comfortable for over 20 years. Method Heating and Cooling, proud sponsor of the Sentinel football. 3:41 left to go here in the first quarter. Sentinels up 21-0 against the Box Elder Bees. Caden Reyes back out for the first down here as he takes the snap over the middle. It's tipped and it hits the turf. Big tip play there as looks like that was Graydon Dumas, or excuse me, no, that was Washington who came in, made the play.
Yeah, Washington does a good job of disrupting the action, and tip drill times a million almost on that one. That ball just fluttered out there. Saw multiple Mountain Ridge defenders in the area.
Second down coming up here for Box Elder. Washington over now on the sideline after making the play. Handoff up the middle. Bounces it out to the left and wrestled down. Good run on good pass there by to Reyes to Neal.
Yeah, and I think the bigger news is it brings up third and nearly Brown Bear as we're 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5. And for Box Elder, that's a good thing because you still have a full cadre of plays that you can call in this situation. We've seen a lot early on with a screen. They've tried to work some out routes, some safe routes. It's all on the table here. It gives them an opportunity to pick it up.
Reyes, pressure coming, and it falls incomplete. Batted away by Trey Briggs.
Getting jiggy with it and knocked down the pass. Bringing up 4th down and 3 from the 27-yard line.
And you see the pressure early just totally disrupts any chance of getting a rhythm. But on top of that, it looked like Trey Briggs had that well covered. This Mountain Ridge defense is long and active. And they do a good job of getting in passing lanes and applying pressure from different spots.
Punt coming up here for the Box Elder Bees. It'll be Jeppesen again to boot this one away. Miss it out on the punt. We'll have the flags thrown out as Jeppesen kicks that one out through the back of the end zone.
Kicks the ball out of the back of the end zone.
I'm not exactly sure what the action was going on, if that was a fake that maybe Box Elder was trying to attempt there, because as we've seen for most of the game, punts have come to the right side here of the field towards us. That action going to the left. We'll wait for the call officially from the officials. For Box Elder, it seems like special teams has been especially difficult to get a handle on with the mistakes. As you've seen 2 miscues. It looks like.
Well, we have a little pause in the game. Don't forget about our Sentinel snack bar. We've got Chick-fil-A, Rita's Italian Ice, hot dogs, churros, pretzels, cold drinks.
So looked like it was an illegal. Was that an illegal kick there on the signal, I believe? So that penalty declined. The safety will stand. And for Box Elder, just as we talked about, those miscues starting to build up more and more early here in the first quarter, as Mountain Ridge gets another 2 points to go up 23-0.
It's been a while since I've seen a safety at the high school level. This is the first time in, probably about 3 years.
Yeah, and
from the games that we call.
Realistically, it has been a while since you and I have seen a safety, and I think that speaks honestly to the quality of games that we get, but also smart play there by the punter to kick the ball out of the back of the end zone, saves what would have most assuredly been a six-point swing because there were multiple Mountain Ridge players in the area there.
Smart play by Jeppesen. You avoid giving the ball up there at the 1 yard line, like you mentioned, possibly the 6. You'll take the 2, and then you'll have the chance here to boot this one away.
Yeah, you were going to turn the ball over to Mountain Ridge regardless, and so this gives you an opportunity to at least try and generate a little bit better field position for your defense to work with. And Jeppesen, and you can tell that this Box Elder coaching staff is in the details of what they do. Coach Mund has plenty of experience out there. Just the mistakes are starting to pile up, and it's a game where you really can't afford mistakes.
Return coming up here for the Sentinels, and almost goes all the way. Had to grab him by the jersey.
Great return by number 16, McCray Renteria.
Yeah, McCray Renteria is an absolute speed demon out there for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels, and he was flying up the field, and it really was an arm tackle there by, I believe, Logan Cephalo, who is, if I'm not mistaken, the leading tackler for this Box Elder Bees defense, and number 32, who I misidentified earlier, and I apologize to Logan. I was familiar with your game. I just wasn't familiar with the correct roster.
Flag behind the play, and so it will bring the ball back for the Sentinels. Nevertheless, first down coming up here for Jackson Hunt and this offense.
Yeah, unfortunate penalty. It's probably a needless penalty as there was a clear hole open there for McCray, and he was able to take advantage of that. And those are that's one of those plays that film session is going to get ugly, and understandably so. Oh, no.
Ball on the turf. Hunt picks it up. Hunt gets it away. Caught by Graydon Dumas. And now Dumas trying to turn, and he's wrestled out of bounds. How about Jackson Hunt avoiding disaster and makes a big play?
Yeah, almost Devin Dampier-esque back there, the way he recovered the ball and was able to roll out, and equally good catch there by Graydon Dumas. No surprise, as Dumas had probably one of the best catches we've seen so far this year. Last week, a one-handed grab, able to secure that one for a first down, and surprisingly enough, Graydon Dumas leading this team in receptions this year.
Handoff up the middle to Ashton Gates on first down. Another TJ Olson Insurance first down for the Sentinels. Good game by Gates here on first.
And I say surprisingly only because there are so many good pass catchers on this Mountain Ridge offense, right? You've got Titan DeYoung, you've got Cohen Cunningham, and we saw a lot of Mason Gomez early on. Injury to his hand has kind of taken him out of catching. Lincoln Twilley, we talked about. McCray Renteria, Cohen Cunningham, again, I'm mentioning.
Dumas with a catch, pushed out of bounds, and that's another TJ Olson Insurance first down for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels.
But you can see why Dumas has become such a reliable target for Jackson Hunt. And you think the last time that you and I were here was against Lehigh. The growth that we've seen from Jackson Hunt is just super impressive.
Hunt steps up in the pocket, over the middle, into the hand of Cunningham, and it falls incomplete.
And that Hunt pass
Looking for Cunningham on that one, like you said, and you can see he's starting to feel a little bit of pressure there. This Box Elder defense has done a good job of applying pressure, and they are small, but they are feisty. They use their hands well. They get off the ball extremely well. This Mountain Ridge front five has had a little bit of a difficulty trying to handle them, and see Hunt tries to create something, just not able to connect.
Second down here for the Sentinels. A run up the middle for Gates. Good play there by Ashton Gates, who gets 5 on the carry, and it brings up third down.
Yeah, and in some respects, 5 is a bit of a surprise because that hole was wide open there. I thought he was going to get way more than that. So a good job there by Box Elder to limit that. It's a nice little misdirection play.
Hunt steps back, gets it out quick. It's caught. Dumas now up the sideline. Graydon Dumas, and he's wrestled out of bounds. And that's plenty for another TJ Olson Insurance first down for Mountain Ridge.
Well, I know we're getting into spooky season, but I don't know if you stand in front of the mirror and say, Dumas, Dumas, Dumas. If Graydon Dumas appears with a winning catch, he certainly did on that play. It's just a simple underneath route. Secures the ball, gets upfield, able to break a few tackles, and now Mountain Ridge cooking.
Hunt drops back to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Intended again for Graydon. Graydon trying to replicate the catch that he had last week, this time in the end zone, but it just overthrown and incomplete.
Yeah, the level of difficulty just jumped to all Madden for Graydon Dumas, apparently, but you can see that the tempo there, Mountain Ridge trying to stay within the game plan, maybe plays just a little bit against them in that regards. Slowed it down, Jackson Hunt gets a little more stability under that throw. He might be able to connect with Dumas on that one because he was open in the end zone.
46 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Mountain Ridge knocking on the door of the end zone. Out quickly to Dumas. Graydon Dumas, stiff arm, and gets the first down. What a play by Graydon.
Yeah, I don't know if any sponsors out there want to sponsor this as the official Graydon Dumas drive, but he has been everything for the Sentinels so far. Just a simple crossing route. Hunt able to find him underneath, and he creates big-time yak with that one, Alex. Just able to get outside, break tackles, uses the stiff arm to his advantage, and I'll tell you what, Graydon Dumas is super fun to watch.
25 seconds left to go here in the first. Ball on the 1 yard, 2 yard line. Hunt, a little bit of trickeration. It falls on the turf. It's picked up by the Sentinels, and disaster averted as Jackson Hunt trying to get a little cheeky with the behind the back throw. Could have been dangerous. Recovered by the Sentinels.
I believe that was, I want to say it might have been Sefo Talkei who fell on top of that one underneath for the Sentinels. We'll have to see if I can get a different number on there, but saves a near potential disaster for the Mountain Ridge offense.
Handoff, a safe handoff up the middle to Gates. Gates gets the push, and Gates is into the end zone. Touchdown, Mountain Ridge.
That drive was all about speed, and then they finish it with power as Ashton Gates powers his way into the end zone for the short touchdown run. I tell you what, Alex, this Mountain Ridge offense is absolutely rolling right now.
A cascade of offense here in the first quarter. Trying to make it 30 here with the PAT. Robinson, the kick is up. The kick is good. And just like that, the Sentinels lead it 30-0 here against the Box Elder Bees. Mountain Ridge football is proud to be backed by TJ Olson Insurance. They're more than an insurance agency. They're a true part of our community. Thanks to TJ Olson Insurance for supporting our team and helping make this season a success. TJ Olson Insurance brings you Mountain Ridge football here on the Rewind Sports Network. Brian, earlier you talked about the progression we've seen from Jackson Hunt over the weeks. Against Lehigh, that 9-7 win here at home against the Pioneers. Jackson Hunt moving the ball effectively. Unfortunately, just couldn't find touchdowns. But even in a loss against Davis, where we saw Jackson Hunt again, we saw some incredible passing from number 11, and now we continue to see it tonight. This kid is on fire, and he's just a junior.
He is, but he's really matured into a fantastic football player, and I think that's what you love to see is that the physical traits are all there, the gifts are all there, but it's that kind of a drive where he just stands back there, he takes a few hits, and he just keeps going, and even after the little bit of the bobble on the short yardage situation, able to get composed, to get the ball in the end zone, avert any kind of disasters. And I think that, to me, is what's really so impressive about Jackson Hunt is the maturity. On the flip side, for Box Elder, that would have been a huge, huge turnover to be able to get a stop for one, but also get the ball back. And now they do get the ball back, but they're down 30-0. Coming from behind like this is not the way that Box Elder is built to run on offense.
Reyes, handoff, immediately met, and that will take us to the end of the first quarter. As we head to the break, the Mountain Ridge Sentinels up 30-0 over the Box Elder Bees. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Second quarter action when we return.
With a TabSpend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Welcome you back into the Rewind Sports Network here on KSLSports.com. Alex Napolis standing alongside me is Brian Brown. A second down pass there from the Box Elder Bees falls incomplete, and it'll bring up third down early here in the second quarter.
And I think this is part of the difficulty for Box Elder. It seems like anytime they get anything going, that third down sneaks up on them very quickly. Obviously, plenty of time to climb back into this one, but you have to convert one of these third downs.
Reyes, line up in the shotgun, will take the snap. Pressure coming, steps up in the pocket, over the middle, it's caught! Somehow, a huge catch there by Neal.
And Neal gets hit, holds onto the ball, and that's a Box Elder first down.
Wow, Tazen Neal with an absolute stout reception there as he absorbs a huge blow from the defender. I believe that was number 22, Easton Stubbs, from the safety position. And, you know, just that textbook hit. We talk about football being a violent sport. It's one of those plays where you're just trying to separate the defender from the ball. And Neal with a monster grab there. And Box Elder able to get that first down finally.
First down here for the Bees as Reyes again over the top. It's caught. Another catch by Neal. And good 2-yard gain there for Neal. Or excuse me, no, that was number 12 as Richards with the catch.
Yeah, again, we talked about it at the top of the broadcast. Box Elder not known for being a passing football team, but you're seeing Caden Reyes develop some rhythm here as he's starting to get some confidence. That offensive line settling down against this Mountain Ridge rush. And, you know, for Box Elder, now you can go back to the rush game if you'd like, because you're not so far behind on the sticks.
Reyes, this time a handoff to Howells. Howells going nowhere as he's met. Good tackle there by Whitaker.
And just as I mentioned, you can go back to the rush game, but just a great job by this Mountain Ridge defense of closing. And I think that's the big difference in the opponents that Box Elder normally sees. The depth and the number of players at Mountain Ridge means that you have so much more speed and size in that defensive backfield. Those guys close fast. You know, it's just a simple odd front, just 3 down linemen. Normally have somebody walked up. As you can see, there's 4 guys on the line of scrimmage.
Reyes, handoff to Howells on first down. Howells with the spin move, and Howells brought down short of the sticks. But it looked like there for a second, Judd Howells was going to get enough for the first down gain, but he's brought down.
And a nice job to spin as that looked like their power lead as you had multiple pullers out in front. And he wisely ducks behind because the pursuit of the defense was so ahead of the play and able to pick up yardage. And now they're going to go for it here on 4th down, Alex. And I like this call from Coach Mond.
4th down coming up now for the Bees, as Reyes takes a step back. It's caught, and a good catch and a good sneak away. Missed tackle, and Richards with a huge first down catch.
Monster grab there by Rhett Richards. As you see, Reyes does a nice job settling back in the pocket. The offensive line picks up the pressure, and that's a monster pickup and an explosive play. We talk all the time about explosive plays, usually leads to scores. In this case right now, it's led to Box Elder crossing the 50-yard line for the first time tonight.
Momentum here for the Box Elder Bees. They get the first down. Rhett Richards with a big first down catch. 2 receivers line up to the far side for Reyes. Caden Reyes in the shotgun. Will take the snap. Hand off to Howells. Howells up the middle. Howells has a hole. And Howells with a big 7-yard gain on first down.
And Howells takes it right up.
Yeah, just a nice job of reading the blocker. He has big number 77, Caleb Cephalo, out there in front of him and cuts inside of the block, able to pick up a few extra yards. And I think Mountain Ridge's defense is starting to show, I don't want to say fatigue or wear and tear, but they came out so aggressive and only had a few series, just 3 plays each, and now Box Elder starting to find some rhythm, starting to find some physicality on their offense.
Hand off again to Howells. Howells finds some space out to his left, and Judd Howells will take it all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bees.
Takes the handoff up the left sideline and puts it in for a Box Elder score.
We say it all the time, run the dang ball, stay with the run game, and you see why Box Elder did just that as Howells takes the handoff, and Judd Howells was off down the sideline for 6 and gets Box Elder on the board here in the second quarter. Monster drive for the Bees.
The freshman kicker Hupp gets the kick up. It's good. Judd Howells, touchdown number 10 on the year, and pulls one back for the Box Elder Bees. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network.
With a tab spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
Touchdown run from Judd Howells to pull one back for the Box Elder Bees, 30-7 with 7:50 left to go here in the second quarter. Again, Judd Howells with his 10th touchdown run on the season for the Box Elder Bees. The freshman, Hupp to boot this one away. Hupp, big kick for the freshman as he gets it into the end zone, back for a touchback. And Jackson Hunt in this offense coming out for another drive.
Yeah, Titan Hupp showing a little bit of life in the kicking game as well, and for Box Elder, that was a much-needed touchdown and a much-needed sustained drive. I think the big thing was that gave that offense some confidence. Reyes able to complete a few passes, and then you can see why Judd Howells is the leading rusher. He's got so much speed, and once he gets to the outside, he's able to break a lot of those. Maybe not as powerful a runner as some of the guys that we see week in, week out. He is 6'1", 181, and I was down on the field before the game. Box Elder does match up pretty well size-wise. They're just not as many guys.
Hunt quickly gets it away to DeYoung. DeYoung up the sideline, has some room, a big first down catch from Titan DeYoung.
Yeah, and one caveat to that, there's not a lot of guys at the high school level that match up well with Titan DeYoung. You can see why he's such a highly sought-after prospect. He's got the speed, he's got the size, he's got the elusiveness, right? 6'3", able to make defenders miss and break tackles. Gets an explosive play right out of the chute, and Mountain Ridge is rolling.
Hunt gets it out quick again to DeYoung. DeYoung, this time met by a swarm of bees. Good tackle after a good gain. 7 yards on the pass to Titan DeYoung.
With a little better defense on that.
And it's almost like Coach Robbins and his staff are just picking which player they want to go to each drive. Get him work 2 completions right there to DeYoung back-to-back. And, of course, the orchestrator of all of this, Jackson Hunt. Cool as the other side of the pillow back there.
Second down coming up here for the Sentinels. Hunt, handoff to Cohen. Cunningham trying to get back up the field. And met at the 40-yard line. Not too much. He'll actually go down for a loss there, Cohen Cunningham.
Yeah, a swarm of Bees defenders there, and pardon the pun, but that's really what it was. Box Elder not fooled at all on the reverse, and good job by that group staying home. Aggressive group defensively.
6:20 left to go here in the second quarter. Getting ahead of myself there, Brian.
This game has moved rather quickly, so.
Hunt will take the snap. Drops back. Pressure coming. Steps up to his left. Gets it out. It's caught. Renteria with the catch. And Renteria will be brought down at the 40. Or excuse me, that was Twilly with the catch.
Yeah, Lincoln Twilly has done a really good job tonight. Had the early drop, right? Bounces right back, and you can see the strength and determination. Reels that one in, drags multiple defenders. He's not exactly a juggernaut of a size-wise out there, but 5'8", 150. You can see the strength and power.
Out quick. It's caught up the sideline. Again, back to Twilly here on first down.
Yeah, and that's really what you expect when you see Lincoln Twilly is that speed, and he just takes a simple screen pass to the sideline and gets almost a first down on that 7-8 yard pickup. And again, this Mountain Ridge offense is so dynamic. It doesn't matter which direction or which weapon you go to, they're productive.
Hunt drops back. Hunt going to the end zone, and it is caught! Oh, what a snag by Titan DeYoung! Are you kidding? What a catch! And a touchdown for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels!
Wow. Incredible job, Jackson Hunt. Under duress, pocket collapsing around him, sees his guy, knows he wants the whole way, just throws it up there and knows that Titan DeYoung's going to bring that one down. Just a highlight level catch, and you gave out your helmet sticker. I think I'm going to give mine out for that one. And I tell you what, when Dane and Jeff and Vince put together the catches of the week, I think that one might have a chance. Titan DeYoung. Listen, if you live in the Harriman area, even if you don't live in Harriman, if you live in the south end of the valley, it's worth the price of admission to come watch him play football. And on top of that, this Mountain Ridge Sentinel team is devastatingly good right now.
Titan DeYoung's touchdown catch. That's a Tab Bank helmet sticker. Helmet stickers here on the Rewind Sports Network, brought to you by and presented by Tab Bank. Thanks to that touchdown snag from Titan DeYoung, the Sentinels able to extend this lead back out to 30. It's 37-7 with 5:03 left to go in this second quarter. Jackson Hunt with another touchdown pass, DeYoung with another touchdown snag, and this Sentinel team rolling here at home against an undefeated Box Elder Bees. Robinson will boot this one away. Get possession back to that Bees offense, who finally got something going there. A touchdown from Judd Howells on the last drive. We'll see if they can continue that as that ball is into the end zone and out for a touchback.
Is out of the end zone again for a touchback.
And Box Elder able to move the ball effectively, even getting a fourth down conversion on that one. I think really what it gave them was a little bit of life and confidence that they can stay in this game. And you did spot Mountain Ridge a pretty sizable lead in the first quarter that was rougher than a pine cone toilet seat. Quote the legend Bob Green.
Here comes first down for the Sentinels. And brought down.
And the Bees take it up the middle for a hard-fought gain.
Good run there on first down. Gets them a yard, and it'll bring up second down here for the Box Elder Bees.
For Box Elder, not the way you want to start this drive out, but we've seen previously, Alex, that they can convert. That was something they struggled with so much in the first quarter.
Reyes gets it out, going deep, and it is incomplete, intended for Cameron Bushnell, but great defensive play by the Sentinels as Reyes down behind the play, now back up on his feet.
Yeah, Caden Runyon again on defense there, and that's a second time we've called him out individually. He's having a stellar game so far. Just stride for stride on that one, and it was a good ball by Reyes. Just better defense, and that could have been a monster play for Box Elder had they been able to connect. But fortunately for Box Elder, as the flag comes out there, we are going to get a roughing the passer penalty, and so that will move the sticks. for Mountain Ridge, just one of those plays. Officials have a lot of leeway to call that however they want, and so you just kind of have to live with it.
Caden Reyes took a hit there, gets the flag, and now we'll have another one come out as a false start here for the Box Elder Bees.
That's going to be 1st and 15.
I believe that's the second false start of the night. Understandably so. This Mountain Ridge Sentinel defense has been aggressive all night long. They fire it off the ball well. They get off well. And for Box Elder, they've had a hard time getting any kind of containment on that front three.
First and long coming up here for Box Elder. Reyes sends a guy in motion. Reyes drops back. Screen pass caught there by Neal. Neal trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. He'll be stopped a yard short.
Yeah, Neal, if you remember from earlier, the one that made the critical fourth down catch. You see him trying to take the screen on the inside, just not a lot of space to operate in, able to pick up 2-3 yards. In essence, just counts as a run play for Box Elder.
Second down coming up here for Box Elder. As Reyes drops back, gets it out quick. It's caught, brought in by Gunderson, and Gunderson immediately met by the Sentinels defense as Whitaker's having himself a good game.
Yeah, Whitaker, another one of those guys on this defense, and there's not a lot of potential prospects in terms of what colleges they're looking for necessarily. But there are some outstanding players on this Mountain Ridge defense. We mentioned Jackson Brown. He's back out there at nose guard. Caden Runyon has done a great job at corner. Cole Uluave. Just a lot of talented players. There's Trey Briggs.
And we'll have another false start coming up here for the Bees as they'll be backed up again. Last drive, the Bees finally found some momentum. This one, penalties.
For the Box Elder Bees from their 36-yard line.
Again, it's self-inflicted mistakes here for Box Elder that are costing them on this drive. Now puts them back at 3rd and 10 after some decent pickups there. But again, we've seen some rhythm and some confidence from Reyes in this group. Whereas earlier it looked so rocky.
2:45 left to go. Reyes caught over the middle and brought down with a yard of gain there by Maddox Ernest. It'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, not a lot of space there for Reyes as he felt the early pressure again from Jackson Brown. Brown actually leads this team in sacks with 3. He's listed on the roster as a defensive tackle and a nose guard. You don't often see the leading sack getter on a defense being from that deep in the interior, but just the kind of player that Jackson Brown is. He's exquisite athlete, plays big for his size and able to put the pressure on in that one. And Box Elder has to regroup for the time being, trying to figure out what exactly it is that they can do before they go to halftime. Before we go to halftime, there's 2:41 left to play. They're currently down 37-7, and it's not something that we love talking about on the broadcast, but the mercy rule does come into play anytime there is a 35-point lead.
Timeout taken by the Sentinels. Want to remind you that all timeouts taken by Mountain Ridge are brought to you by TJ Olson Insurance, an incredible supporter of Mountain Ridge football. TJ Olson and his team aren't just about protecting what matters most. They're about investing in your community and backing the players who give it their all every Friday night. Thank you, TJ Olson Insurance, for standing with Mountain Ridge football and helping make this season unforgettable. Fielded by Cohen Cunningham, and Cohen Cunningham has space past the 50 and brought down just behind the 45, and flags coming in behind the play.
And we'll wait and see what the flags are for, but Gunnar Gunderson saves what could have been with a touchdown-saving tackle, I should say, as Cohen Cunningham had space, and he has the speed and the ability to make things happen in the open field. Based on where this flag is, I think this one may be coming back. Again, we'll wait for the official call from the officials.
That return there is exactly why Brian Brown calls him Britton Covey Light.
For everybody out there who wants to argue with me, he really has done everything for this Mountain Ridge team. He took a handoff earlier, he catches balls, returns punts. I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, he's got a pass attempt this season. Was incomplete, but he plays that role effectively for this Mountain Ridge offense. And really, any great offense needs a player out there that can cultivate big plays, that can get open and move the football, and that's exactly what Cohen Cunningham does.
2 receivers lined up to each side here for Jackson Hunt. Empty backfield. Hunt steps up in the pocket. The pressure coming, and he's going to be sacked. Brought down by the Box Elder defense.
Big number 75, William Bruner on the tackle. It looked like a big sack, and this this Box Elder defensive front has done a good job of applying pressure. They finally get Jackson Hunt down for a loss on that one.
Hunt, empty backfield. Again, 2 receivers lined up to each side. And it's brought in by DeYoung. DeYoung with the first down catch. DeYoung trying to get some more. And DeYoung finally brought down. But that's another TJ Olson Insurance first down for the Sentinels.
Yeah, and again, pressure applied by Box Elder. They brought in an additional defender. Jackson Hunt able to complete the ball, and they're up ready to go.
Hunt quickly drops back to the sideline. Caught by Renteria. And Renteria to the 20, to the 15. And brought down by the no, he's still on his feet. Renteria just will not go down. Oh!
He bulldozes down to the 10-yard line.
Wow, McCray, Renteria, you see the speed, but then the power. Just a fantastic catch and then run afterwards. Mountain Ridge is showing no mercy. They're up ready to roll with this no-tempo or up-tempo offense.
To the end zone, and it is batted away. Swatted away by Richards. Intended for DeYoung.
Intended for number 1, Titan DeYoung. Ball's incomplete.
Again, the game plan for Mountain Ridge was clearly to go up-tempo. You get big explosive plays like that, you want to get up, get ready to roll. And, it's part about building that execution throughout the course of the season, but I'll tell you what, just an incredible play by McCray Renteria.
Empty backfield again here for Jackson Hunt. He'll take the snap over the middle. It's caught, and it's into the end zone. Welcome to the party, Graydon Dumas. Touchdown, Sentinels.
Yeah, Graydon Dumas had made catch after catch on previous drives. Hadn't called his name for a while, so might as well make it official as he gets on the board for 6 one more time for this Mountain Ridge offense.
43-7 pending the PAT. The Sentinels add on another 6 thanks to their tight end, Graydon Dumas. 1:06 left to go as that ball is up. The kick is good, and Aiden Robinson adds on the PAT to make it 44-7 prior to the halftime break. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network. With 1:06 left to go here in the second quarter, a Graydon Dumas touchdown extends the Sentinel lead 44-7 as Robinson here will boot this one away. Fielded by, looks like that's Cool. Cool bounces it out to the right and brought down by a swarm of Sentinels.
Take the kickoff at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, not a lot there. This Mountain Ridge coverage team doing an excellent job staying in their lane, staying disciplined throughout the course of it. Cool tries to bounce it to the outside. There's just nothing but Sentinel defenders waiting for him there, and he really didn't have much space in any direction that he was trying to get up the field. And for Box Elder, if they're trying to get points before half, there's under a minute to play, only 58 seconds on the clock. It's going to require some kind of fortuitous bounce on this drive.
Reyes line up in the shotgun. He'll take a snap. Howell. Judd Howell's going nowhere as he's met by a swarm of Sentinels.
Judd Howell takes it out.
Howells does a nice job of following his blocker. Fortunately, just gets stuck behind him there. Great job by the Mountain Ridge defender to stand him up in the lane and stop the stop the play before the big gain happens. And fortunately for Box Elder, that means time will tick off the clock, and I don't think that Box Elder is going to try and make any kind of attempt to score here. They're just going to run the clock out, get in for halftime, and try and get something on the board when they come out for the second half.
Handoff up the middle as Landon Harding. And the ball comes out, but it is blown dead. Excuse me, that was number 0, Judd Howells again.
And I believe it was Cole Uluave that he ran into there, the Mr. Do-Everything safety, corner, you name it, for Mountain Ridge, able to get the stop, and time will tick off the clock there for the Sentinels, and for the Bees, and quite an explosive first half for us here on the Rewind Sports Network, and we'll take a break here as well and let the teams regroup and see what we have for the second half.
Don't go anywhere. At halftime, we'll recognize the great senior football players and team managers for Mountain Ridge. Our senior spotlights are presented by TJ Olson Insurance. Visit them online, tjolson.com. Don't go anywhere. Senior spotlights coming up next here on the Rewind Sports Network.
Your spotlights presented by TJ Olson Insurance. They protect what matters most, just like our defense does. TJ Olson Insurance, proud to support our players and fans. Visit them online at tjolson.com. First, we'd like to spotlight senior Marshall Peck, son of Mindy and Jackson Peck. Marshall's favorite high school memory has been playing football with his dad. After high school, Marshall plans to graduate with a 4.0, get an academic scholarship, and graduate with a master's in business. Next, we'd like to highlight senior Desmond Graham, son of Cassandra Graham. Desmond's favorite high school memory has been hanging out with all his brothers at practice. After high school, Desmond plans to go into the military. Finally, we'd like to highlight Taloa Sione, son of Tuitapu and Sabavao Sione. Taloa's favorite high school memory is team camps. After high school, Taloa plans to serve a mission, college ball, and life. And those are this week's Mountain Ridge Sentinel Senior Spotlights, presented by TJ Olson Insurance. Mountain Ridge football is powered by the support of TJ Olson Insurance. They're committed to our community and to our team's success. Thank you, TJ Olson Insurance, for your sponsorship of Mountain Ridge football.
And want to welcome you back into the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. As always, presented by Tab Bank. Alex Napolis alongside me is Brian Brown, and Mountain Ridge football here on the Rewind Sports Network is proud to be backed by TJ Olson Insurance. They're more than an insurance agency. They're a true part of our community. Thanks to TJ Olson Insurance for supporting our team and helping make this season a success. As we get ready to start second half action here, the Sentinels up 44-7 over the Box Elder Bees. And we'll have our chance to see this Bees offense take the field for the first time here in the second half.
By KSL Sports Rewind from our proud sponsor, TJ Olson Insurance.
And I don't
supports all Mountain Ridge football.
First down coming up here for the Sentinels. For the Box Elder Bees, as Reyes sends a receiver in motion. Reyes drops back. Reyes gets it out quick. Caught by Cool, who keeps it through contact. No, it falls. Yes, Cool with the catch. Gets one on the gain.
Yeah, and you can see the flow of this Mountain Ridge defense there on that play. Applying pressure. Reyes does a good job of holding on to the last moment, trying to get the ball to Cool in space, and just no room out there on the sideline. And Box Elder's going to try and do it again from second and long.
Second down coming up here. Reyes in the shotgun will take the snap, drops back. Pressure coming, gets it out quick, and it's intercepted! Ball going the other way, and he'll take it to the house. Trey Briggs, pick six.
Uluave for a Sentinel touchdown.
Just a phenomenal job. Looks like it was Cole Uluave on the pick six there. able to step in front of it and make a house call. And it's his first interception on the season, and I believe also the first interception return for a touchdown by this Mountain Ridge Sentinel defense, starting right where they left off here in the third quarter.
Apologies, Cole. I was not familiar with your game. And I was not familiar with your number, apparently. Cole Uluave, pick 6.
For Mountain Ridge, that's exactly how you want the rest of this game to go. Don't want to give any kind of opportunity to Box Elder here. Try and fight back into this one.
The kick here for Robinson. Kick is up. Kick is good. And just like that, Sentinels quickly off the pick 6. Add another 7 to the board. It's 51-7. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network. A pick 6 from Cole Uluave adds another 7 to the board for the Sentinels. They lead it 51-7 with 10:40 left to go here in the third quarter. Running clock here for the Sentinels as they'll boot this one away. Fielded by the Bees. Return going the other way here for Hester. And Hester will be brought down.
Return by number 12. Rhett Richards brings it out to the 34-yard line, where those Bees are going to start first and 10.
Yeah, nice job on the return there. I believe that was Rhett Richards able to bring the ball out to the 34-yard line for, 34 there for Box Elder. And, for Reyes in this offense, it's going to be about putting behind that previous drive and moving forward, trying to get something going offensively.
Reyes gets it out quick. It's caught. And that's a first down snag by the Box Elder Bees on first down. As looks like that was Gunderson on the catch.
Yeah, Gunnar Gunderson, more than just a great name, also a great receiver, got the job done on special teams with a tackle earlier tonight. You can see it's just a simple sideline route and just anything you can do to build some confidence with Reyes. They go back to the run game here, and there's just nothing doing. Holy cow.
Howells immediately met by the Sentinels, going nowhere. Judd Howells, who has the lone touchdown for the Bees in this one, will lose yardage on first down.
That's going to bring up second down and 11 from the Box Elder 43-yard line.
And for people watching at home, you can't hear, but over the PA currently playing regulators, and that's really what this Mountain Ridge Sentinel defense has done. They've regulated the line of scrimmage all game long.
Reyes, it falls incomplete. Whitaker there with the hit. The flags come out. Intended for Maddox Ernest, who can't keep it through contact.
And it's the first time that we've seen, that I can recall, that we've seen Ernest targeted this game. 6'4" senior, a big target out there, and he takes a big hit. We'll wait and see what the penalty is here from this officiating crew. It's a crew that you and I have seen before. Actually got to watch them in action at Davis a few weeks back. We're going to get a personal foul here. Is going to move the chains here for Box Elder, and for a team that is really searching to find something that works, that's going to give them an opportunity to dig deep into the playbook here and pull out whatever they can to keep this drive going.
Caden Reyes, pressure coming. Reyes escapes, and Reyes tucks down. Oh, what an escape there from Caden Reyes. It looked like he had the sack, but instead escapes and gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Boy, just an impressive job of Reyes of avoiding the initial pressure and then hustling up to the line of scrimmage to try and prevent any kind of a loss. He takes a massive hit once he gets there, but you can see Reyes has done a good job throwing the ball tonight, but really he has a lot of ability with his legs as well. Just not been able to get outside enough and find open space to use it.
8:20 left to go as Reyes tries to get this ball out, and it falls incomplete. Pass intended to Malik Crozier as it hits the turf.
That's going to bring up third down.
Yeah, just a tough throw, as we talked about. Those deep sideline throws take a lot of arm, take a lot of effort, and it looked like something might have disrupted his motion a little bit here. We're actually in a booth tonight, which is nice. No complaints from me, but you get a little bit of glare off the glass here sometimes. It can not always easy to see the action clearly. I'm not making excuses, just letting the public know at home.
Reyes jumps back. Pressure coming. Gets it off. And it falls incomplete. Intended there on the screen pass for his receiver. Falls incomplete.
Yeah, and it is just pressure. Just so much pressure from this Mountain Ridge defense. And you can see even on a screenplay, they go so fast. Reyes just doesn't have any time to get any kind of action underneath him and find his receiver. But there was just a cadre of Sentinel defenders in the way. Now, Box Elder going to go for it here on fourth down.
Fourth down play coming up for Box Elder. The Bees need a first down. Reyes takes the snap. Reyes drops back. Reyes over the middle, and it falls incomplete. They're intended for number 13, Malik Rozier. As it hits the turf, it's a turnover on downs, and we'll have the Sentinel offense return to the field.
Yeah, it's a shame because Reyes had Crozier out there open, able to get his hands on the ball, just not able to reel it in. And this one's going to turn over, but I think for Box Elder, it's just a continuation of what has been a frustrating night in terms of having opportunities and not being able to connect. And I'm not going to try and lie to anybody and say that this one's closer than the score indicates. But for a program that's 5-0 coming into this game and a program that's done well, just out of character.
Dumas with the catch. Dumas pushed out of bounds, and that we'll see where the spot is. That's enough for another TJ Olson Insurance first down for the Sentinels.
Yeah, it was about time that we called Graydon Dumas' name again. It's been, 4 plays? Seems like he doesn't wait very long to make his mark when the opportunity presents itself.
Jackson Hunt. Gates line up in the backfield. Hand off to Gates. Ashton Gates run up the middle, has the hole. And Ashton Gates. Another TJ Olson Insurance first down for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels.
Yeah, Ashton Gates, only 20 carries on the season, but that one right there, one of his better carries for sure, as he gets a monster gain. And just a simple little inside draw, but just so much space. Again, this Box Elder defense has its hands full, trying to worry about all those wide receivers and deal with that Mountain Ridge front.
Hunt, hand off to Gates. Gates out to the left. Gates with space. Ashton Gates with another first down run. And the Sentinels moving down the field with Ashton Gates.
Zach Ofisa, normally the bell cow for this offense, but you can see the change of pace that Ashton Gates offers. He is very quick, gets out to the outside, gets skinny, slides between two defenders, able to pick up another first down, Alex. And, this Mountain Ridge offense did it early with tempo and passing. Right now, focusing on the run game, and they are getting 10-yard chunks right now. You have to love that.
Hunt takes a snap, another handoff to Gates. Gates out to the right. Gates cuts up inside. Gates past the 10 and finally wrestled down just before the 5, and that's another TJ Olson Insurance first down for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels.
One easy way to tell when a team is well coached, you see Ashton Gates, the patience waiting for his blocks to develop. He knows he's got multiple big guys in front of him, allows them to get to a spot to where he can make a cut, turns what was being strung out into a play where Box Elder could have made the tackle. Turns that into a big, big gain.
Gates again up the middle, this time met by the Box Elder Bees. Ashton Gates, 1 on the gain.
And not nearly what he's used to, as we've seen on the previous drive. It looked like it was a good job there by Talon Sumko making the initial contact, but joined by multiple others of that Box Elder defensive front.
From the 6-yard line.
Mountain Ridge slowing down the tempo just a little bit here, as down to 4 minutes and 9 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Hunt, 2 receivers line up to the far side. Another handoff up the middle to Gates. And again, Ashton Gates brought down by a swarm of bees. This time 2 on the gain for Gates.
And the handoff to Gates goes up the middle for a small gain of about 2. That ball's going to be 3rd down and goal.
And Mountain Ridge slowing down the tempo a little bit, and it seems like it's slowed down some of the intensity. Is they've not been able to pick up any yards really on either of those carries. Credit to the Box Elder defenses. They're stiffening right when they need to.
3rd and goal from the 5. Hunt to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Mountain Ridge. Renteria with another touchdown snag.
Well, it's basically pick your favorite topping when it comes to the pizza that Jackson Hunt has made tonight. We've seen touchdown passes to DeYoung, to Dumas, and of course McRae, Renteria, the speedster. The easy catch there for 6. And Mountain Ridge just cruising right now in this one.
PAT coming up here for Aiden Robinson. Robinson kick is up, we had a switch in kicker as it looks like number 81 puts it through the uprights as it's good.
PAT is good. With 3 minutes and 25 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
58-7, Mountain Ridge leads it. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network.
With a Tab Spend checking account, you earn big rewards. It's hard to not make a scene.
Cash or card?
Oh, my card's right here.
That's a big card.
You should see how much it's earned me. Sorry, Grandma. Tab Spend isn't just another checking account. It's packed with benefits.
How do I get one?
Just scan this QR code or go to tabbank.com. It's all online and super easy to get started.
To 7. Sentinels lead it over the Box Elder Bees. That one will go into the end zone, out for a touchback. And we'll see the Box Elder Bees return to the field.
Yeah, Aiden Robinson has done a great job of getting those touchbacks. TJ Olson may protect your possessions, but Aiden Robinson is protecting your returns, your coverage team, getting those outside the back of the end zone.
Here comes the first down for Box Elder as Caden Reyes will take the snap. That ball going deep, and it is tipped, and it falls incomplete, so close to the INT as Kalen Castillo got up, couldn't bring it in, and it hits the turf.
Yeah, another one of those guys that just consistently fights from that corner position. We don't often call his name, but you see Castillo's frustration as he thought he had an interception on that one. And for Box Elder right now, they're just scraping at whatever you can to try and generate some momentum in this drive.
Ball is out, and it falls to the turf, incomplete for the Box Elder Bees.
And the Reyes pass falls incomplete. Bringing up 3rd down and 10 from the Box Elder.
3rd down coming up here for Box Elder. Taking a look around the rest of 3A. Good start for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels in region play, currently sitting at 2-0 in region play. The Westlake Thunder down 33-10 against Harriman. Riverton up 20-14 against Bingham. Cedar Valley currently leads at 21-17 over the Copper Hill Grizzlies. As Reyes escapes, rolls out to his right, looking downfield, throws, and it's intercepted. Ball going the other way here for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. Has a lane, trying to take it all the way. Castillo will be wrestled down at the 5. Kalen Castillo with 2 back-to-back big plays.
Yeah, not able to reel it in the first time around. Kalen Castillo makes it happen on that one as he gets the interception. Almost takes it back for the house call. What a play that would have been, but what a play it is. Castillo with the interception is a nice little move there on the Box Elder offensive player turned defender, and for Mountain Ridge, it has just been that kind of night where it seems like everything has gone in their direction.
Holding will go here against the Box Elder Bees. It's declined. The Castillo interception will stand. And that's where Jackson Hunt and this offense will take over.
From the 5-yard line, Sentinels driving in.
Some scores around 5A, the region for Box Elder. Box Elder also off to a 2-0 start in region play. Westfield up 10-7 over Clearfield. Roy up 24-13 against Bonneville. And then the Fremont Silverwolves up 28-13 against Northridge.
Number 12, Finn Child comes in to replace Jackson Hunt.
Jackson Hunt's night is done. Child in, and he'll hand it off up the middle, brought down as Finn Child here will take over.
Darian Bramall with a short carry.
Bramall with the run, going nowhere. As Darian Bramall also in now for the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. 41 seconds left to go here in the third, getting close to the end of the third quarter. 58-7, Sentinels lead it. Finn Child lined up in the shotgun. Bramall in the backfield, handoff to Bramall. Bramall going nowhere as he's met by a swarm of bees and brought down for a loss.
Handoff to number 42, Darian Bramall. Takes a short loss.
And you're seeing some of the backups coming in now for Mountain Ridge, and Box Elder able to get some pressure on that one. It looks like the clock is going to tick out here for the end of the third quarter, and for the Bees, an opportunity to get a stand here and get a stop. You know, it's probably not going to make a huge difference in the outcome of this game, but a great opportunity to take advantage of something in this game to build on.
Method Heating and Cooling, trusted in Utah for 20-plus years. Heating, cooling, and comfort you can count on. That's Method Heating and Air. We'll take a quick step aside here on the Rewind Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Fourth quarter action on the other side when we return to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Finn Child trying to get the touchdown pass, and it'll bring up fourth down here for the Sentinels.
That's going to bring up fourth down for the Sentinels. The ball still placed at the 8-yard line.
And wisely, Coach Robbins is going to send out the field goal team. Looks like we're going to see Aiden Robinson with an opportunity to put 3 more points on the board here.
Aiden Robinson, kick is up. Kick is good. And another 3 on the board.
And the field goal is good.
For the Mountain Ridge Sentinels.
In the fourth quarter, the score, Mountain Ridge
61-7 with 11:05 left to go in the fourth. What a performance tonight for the Sentinels offensively. Jackson Hunt has this team rolling. They're up 2-0 in region. For the Mountain Ridge Sentinels, they got a good shot here to take this region too, which was wide open at the start of the season.
Yeah, and after last week, I think whatever prior claim or aura Bingham might have had over this region from years past was completely erased. And for Mountain Ridge, I think really what's been most impressive, and we're lucky that we get an opportunity to interact with the staff and a lot of the people around Mountain Ridge because they are a contract school with us here at Rewind Sports Network. So we do a lot of broadcasting of their games, and as we talk to the staff, they wanted a lot of those early challenges. Went beat Lehigh in a tough game, played Skyridge, went on the road to Davis and competed in a game that looked like Davis had every intention of just blowing Mountain Ridge away, and the Sentinels just kept competing, and you can see where that early seasoning has. Wow.
And it's a big return by number.
As we see a big return there from Box Elder finally, but as I was saying, you can see where that early seasoning is now starting to come into growth, right? Like you planted those seeds early on about we're going to play the best, we're going to compete against the best, we're going to test ourselves. I think Mountain Ridge came out of that 1-2, which likely a surprise for most people. Definitely was a surprise for me. But what's not surprising is what they've done since then. and they just continue to develop and improve.
Hand off up the middle by the Box Elder Bees. Escapes and a big run by the Bees on first down.
And that's number 15.
As Pierre with a big run.
Haven't seen much of Pierre so far this game, but that's, as far as I can remember, that's the biggest game that we've seen on the ground from Box Elder tonight.
Another handoff up the middle for the Box Elder Bees, this time met by the Sentinels. And it doesn't get any easier for Mountain Ridge from here on out, right? You'll with the win tonight, you improve to 4-2 on the season, which is great. But you have Riverton coming up, and Riverton is a good team. And then you have a big contest against Harriman, which right now it's looking like that one might decide who takes this region.
Yeah, and that'll be, I imagine, not just a competitive game, but a fantastic week build-up is ooh. You see that one pops up in the air.
And Reyes drops back and the pass ball is incomplete. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Bees.
But, two, not even cross town, but neighboring rivals as Harriman and Mountain Ridge, not far from each other at all. And you can talk about the growth of the state, in terms of demographics. It's really been massive out here in this part of the valley. That's a breakaway run.
Big run by Jackson Cool, who gets brought down at the 1 yard line, and the Box Elder Bees now knocking. Oh, but we have a flag.
But there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, I think this one's coming. There's a flag there at the 21 yard line, far side of the field. I think this one's coming back for holding. Yes, it is. For Box Elder, that's just a killer. And for the most part, they've avoided the really catastrophic penalties. It's just been the small things. The false starts early on, a bobbled snap here and there on special teams. That one is a bit of a killer because you had an opportunity right on the doorstep to score.
3rd down coming up now for Box Elder. Reyes line up in the shotgun. 2 receivers out to the far sideline as Reyes drops back, pressure coming, steps up in the pocket, gets it out, and it falls incomplete, hits the turf. And it'll bring up 4th down. Count out Westlake as well, off to 1-0 start to the region. Looks like that will change tonight, currently trailing. But count out Westlake, too, who have had a tremendous start to the season, and Mountain Ridge will close out their season with a game against the Thunder.
Yeah, and Coach Arnold Ale has done a really good job with Westlake. They've got a lot of talented players. It's one of the largest schools in 6A, and so you had to wonder how long it would be until they'd be able to put it together, and it seems like this is the year that they're able to do that. And
on 4th down, Reyes, it's caught, but he'll be stopped short of the sticks, out of bounds, and it's a turnover on down. Sentinels will take over.
The couple of yards short. The Sentinels will take over on downs at the Sentinel 29-yard line. That'll be 1st and 10, Mountain Ridge.
Yeah, Box Elder able to get something going there initially, but just that one mistake. It's super difficult to try and convert there on 4th down, and good effort there from the Box Elder offense, from Reyes to try and find a receiver. Just not enough to get the job done.
Here with 7:35 left to go in the 4th quarter, Sentinels back on the field and brought down for a loss. Here on 1st, that's going to be number 24, Bradley Foster.
With about a 5-yard loss on the play, that brings up a 2nd down and 15 from the Sentinel 24-yard line.
And at this point in time, just trying to protect the football as much as you can if you're Mountain Ridge. You live with some losses. Just don't want any critical errors.
Ball out quick, caught by Looks like that's Mason Gomez.
Number 9, Mason Gomez.
Good to see Mason Gomez out there.
To the 31-yard line. That ball brings up a third down and about.
Like I said, mentioned at the top of the broadcast, I wasn't sure what his status was. He broke, I believe, a finger against Davis very early on in the game, and good to see him back out there and getting some reps. As we talked about this stretch that they have going into region, we're going to get a penalty. I think the officials just want us to talk about region a little bit more.
Yes, giving us a chance.
You want to have as much depth as possible because, you're starting to come into that time of year where bodies wear down. And, these are young kids. It's still a physical sport. So you want to have everybody ready because you do not know what's going to strike for the rest of the season. And weather starts getting colder and muscles start getting tighter. Injuries tend to happen more and more.
Childs gets it out quick. Caught. Renteria with the catch. Brought down.
And that pass is complete.
For the Box Elder Bees, Brian, next week they'll look to bounce back against Bonneville. That is a region game. And if they win, they'll be heading into a big contest against the Fremont Silverwolves at 3-0 in region play. Probably the scenario that if you are the Box Elder Bees, that's exactly where you want to be heading into that game.
Yeah, I think so. And for Box Elder, things did not go the way they expected them to go tonight or the way they wanted to, as they will get the ball back here with 5:30 left to play. We're going to get a whistle here. That play's blown dead. Don't see any flags on the field. Clock will stop. Sure exactly what's going on here. We'll wait for some clarification from the officials, but tonight did not go as expected, right? But I think for Box Elder, they're going to go back home. There'll be some lessons learned. They know what greatness looks like right now, and for a program like this, where so much of the success that they've had has become the culture, the toughness, the way they compete. There will be some good things to take away from this loss, in the sense that they go back home and have everything in front of them. They do have a tough task in Region 5. Fremont, Westfield, who has been incredibly improved this season in year number 2 under Coach Eric Jones. Roy, a little bit down this year. Clearfield, much more difficult. Not the easy win that they have been in years past. I think Coach Cody Caputo has done a good job with that program. Coach Freck and Northridge always doing a good job. And then you have Bonneville Lakers at the bottom of that region. Just there's a lot of football left to be played for this Box Elder Bees team.
Ball booted away on the punt. And a fair catch called. So with 4:59 left to go here in the fourth quarter, we'll have another chance to see this Box Elder offense return onto the field. Someone that we haven't given enough love and enough appreciation to on the broadcast yet tonight, Nick Robbins. No matter what happens for Mountain Ridge this season, they're in good hands. You have a Jackson Hunt, who's a junior quarterback, who will be heading now into, obviously, next season with a new head coach, Nick Robbins. And, Nick Robbins is building something special down here in Harriman.
Yeah, he is building something special, and I think a lot of it has started with the people that he got on board early on. It's an experienced coaching staff, and for a younger coach stepping into a head coaching role for the very first time, that can be a daunting way to go about it, because you've brought in Coach Peck, the defensive coordinator, who has decades of experience coaching defense here in the state of Utah. I've mentioned Everest Montagny, coaching linebackers. A lot of experience coaching all over the state. He's one of those mainstays at the high school level, and you bring in that level of experience and wisdom, and it's paid massive dividends here for Mountain Ridge.
Big run by Pierre Pierrin on second down, brings up first down for the Box Elder Bees. 61-7 the score here with 3:55 left to go at Mountain Ridge High School. A big shout out to TJ Olson Insurance, an incredible supporter of Mountain Ridge football. TJ Olson and his team aren't just about protecting what matters most. They're about investing in our community and backing the players who give it their all every Friday night. Thank you, TJ Olson Insurance, for standing with Mountain Ridge football and helping make this season unforgettable.
Second down and 5 for the Box Elder Bees.
Second down coming up here for Box
3
Elder.
minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the game.
Only about 3 minutes left to play here.
And off up the middle, another big run up the middle by Pierre Pierrin. Pierre Pierrin's come in here in the fourth quarter, and he's bulldozing.
He is, and he is a load to handle. You see, big number 15, 6'2", 200 pounds, just a junior. And so he's a guy that should be able to help this Box Elder football team compete.
First down here, Reyes, another handoff to Pierrin. And Pierre Pierrin brought down after about 3 on the gain. Not only is he bulldozing, not only is he running well here in the fourth quarter, but what a name, Pierre Pierrin.
Yeah, that's one of those moments where I'm grateful to have you on the broadcast because you do such a great job with the pronunciations. That's a tough one to go with, and I believe this is Pierrin's first action of the year in terms of carrying the football. As far as I could pull in terms of statistics, high school statistics, not always the easiest thing to pull up.
Second down handoff, it goes to Adrian Romero, the senior, and Romero's brought down for the loss. He'll lose 1 on the yard, and it brings up third down.
That ball is going to be placed at the Sentinel 32. That'll bring up third down and 9 after the loss.
Yeah, pretty significant loss. Now 3rd and long for Box Elder. We'll see what they're able to generate. Obviously 4-down territory for the Bees.
Quickly going here, it's Pierre Pierrin. Flag comes out here on the near sideline, and Pierre Pierrin brought down after 4 on the gain.
I think we're going to get an illegal motion here on this one. We'll wait
the flag on the play
for the official call.
Desmond Graham was hustling, but he didn't quite make it.
So see, the official goes over to consult with the Box Elder sideline, see what they want to do with this one. I would imagine, well, no, this one's coming back. No, they're going to trick us. So it looks like a 5-yard penalty on that. They'll replay 3rd down. And for Box Elder, with 1:36 left to play, it should give them an opportunity to pick up this first down and hopefully get more points.
Keeper for Reyes. Reyes going deep to the end zone, and it falls incomplete. Intended for Malik Crozier.
That's going to bring up 4th and down for the Bees.
Obviously, the thought process there, you've got 2 downs to work with. So maybe take a shot downfield, see if you can get that 6 early. Reyes and Crozier just not on the same page with that when the ball falls incomplete. Now with 4th down here pending, as the clock winds down, we may see 1 or 2 more plays, but that'll be about it for tonight. And for us, it's just another great night, and here watching Friday Night Lights.
4th down coming up for the Box Elder Bees. Reyes in the shotgun takes a snap over the middle. It's caught and brought down. That's Maddox Ernest with the catch.
Number 3, Maddox Ernest for a completion.
Yeah, nice little slant route there, and Ernest able to move the chains, and we'll see if Box Elder gets something going.
Box Elder going quickly as time ticking down here in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Another handoff up the middle, this time met, and gets a nice push from behind, still on his feet, but finally brought down.
Yeah, and at this point in time, you just kind of wonder, I think it's one of those situations where it's easy to overthink what to do here, right? You want to try and score a touchdown, but I think most importantly is you just want to finish this game on a strong note.
Reyes takes the snap to the end zone, incomplete with 3 seconds left on the clock. As we have running clock, though, it will expire, And that will do it.
Final score,
Here at the end of the fourth quarter, the Mountain Ridge Sentinels with a 61-7 win at home against the Box Elder Bees. The Sentinels will improve to 4-2 on this season, while the Box Elder Bees, with their first loss of the year, they'll fall to 5-1 here in the 2025 season. Talked about it a lot, but it's not going to get easier here for the Sentinels. Riverton next week, Harriman the week following. You get Bingham the week after, and then you end off the season with the Westlake Thunder. But a lot of confidence and a lot of momentum for this offense as they head into the tougher portion of their region schedule.
Yeah, and I think really, Mountain Ridge is starting to evolve into a team that can compete and hang with anybody, not just in Region 2, but anybody in the state. And, for Coach Nick Robbins and his staff, this is exactly the kind of effort and execution that you want to see from your team. Box Elder is a 5A opponent, not one that you want to disrespect or underestimate. They are a proud program. They fight hard. We saw it right up to the very end. But tonight it was all about Mountain Ridge from start to finish, and we see them gather at the 30-yard line over here after shaking hands, and it's all about the fun times now for the Sentinels as they get that team picture in there. It's another game in the book, and more importantly, another mark in the win column, and for Coach Nick Robbins and his staff, a well-earned victory.
Want to remind you that our helmet stickers here on the Rewind Sports Network are presented by Tab Bank. Earlier today, me and Brian had our helmet stickers. Mine was the trick play touchdown pass from Jackson Hunt. Brian, you had the Tyne DeYoung touchdown snag in the end zone. Phenomenal catch, and those are your helmet sticker plays of the night.
Yeah, honorable mention to McCrae Renteria, who had just absolutely tremendous catch and run as well. Didn't end up getting the score, but just again for Mountain Ridge, just a very impressive effort as this offense continues to roll and grow.
Mountain Ridge football is proud to be backed by TJ Olson Insurance. They're more than an insurance agency. They're a true part of our community. Thanks to TJ Olson Insurance for supporting our team and helping make this season a success. Mountain Ridge football brought to you by TJ Olson Insurance here on the Rewind Sports Network. Also want to give a big shout out to Method Heating and Cooling. Utah weather is extreme, but Method Heating and Air has kept homes and businesses comfortable for over 20 years. Method Heating and Cooling, proud sponsor of Mountain Ridge football. The final score tonight here at Mountain Ridge High School, 61-7. The Sentinels take it over the Box Elder Bees as the Sentinels improve to 4-2 on the season. That's going to do it for us here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. I'm Alex Napolis. He's Brian Brown. A huge shout out to Tino on the camera, and from the entire Rewind Sports family, we thank you for watching. Everyone have a good night. We'll talk to you next week as region play continues here on KSLSports.com.